Number 1. Number 2.
I was created to surpass you. I am improving my skills every day, but I am not sure if I can even beat the 5-year-old you. Perhaps if I learn everything about you, I will be able to catch up. Look, I can ride like this now. ride is both beautiful and exciting. I am not human, but there has to be something only I am capable of. I am Motobot. I was created to surpass you.
Number 3. Number 4.
Agile, intelligent, and futuristic. Presenting the Eon. The Eon, the futuristic motorcycle.
Number 5.
So people ask me, well, what is this thing? Is it a motorcycle? And I just say, you know what? It's half the bike, it's twice the fun. Rhino Bike is a single-wheeled electric motorcycle. 10 miles an hour, travel on the bike lane or the sidewalk, take it with you on the train. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a self-balancing, single-wheeled personal transportation product. The inspiration for this bike wasn't, some mad scientist experiment to build something crazy. It was literally, my daughter and I are riding out to go fishing. She's 13 years old, and out of the silence says, "Hey, Daddy, I saw this one-wheeled motorcycle in a video game. Could you actually build that?" And she takes a piece of paper and scribbles this sketch and shows it to me. And we talked about it. She knows I'm an engineer, and okay, how would I actually build this? The first step is to get your head around, what do you do to ride on one wheel? So I literally took my mountain bike and hacksawed it off and put a seat on the package shelf behind, and I put the handlebars where the seat is, And I tried to pedal this thing around my backyard, and it was impossible. So then I said, all right, we've got to put some gyro stabilization. I'm thinking about motors, and so I bought some chains. And a year later, after loading all these software boards and getting the motors working and it balanced front and back great, but it was impossible to ride. Tony, my software guy, was just really adamant. He says, dude, if we can't make this thing dead simple, it's going to cost too much, and it's never going to go anywhere. We welded together something that looked like a frame and stuck some handlebars out in front of, this bike and the wheel underneath it, and he loaded the software. And a month and a half later, we took it over to my house and turned it on, and I got on that thing, and in 10 minutes, I was riding around my neighborhood like I'm riding a bike. I grew up in Detroit. It's a scrappy town, right? It's a rough town. I grew up in a house where my dad was an engineer. I started designing machinery for the auto industry right out of high school. So after 15 years, I got to be a pretty good mechanical engineer. We are living in an amazing time because there's so much of the subcomponents that have been integrated. So we've bought and searched and aggregated, all of this stuff. The magic really is, how do you integrate all that into something that operates completely seamlessly and gives the rider this experience that they can totally trust. The balance technologies in this bike rely on an interesting combination of two devices. One device is an accelerometer, and then there's a gyro. When you update the gyro with the accelerometer, you get a really accurate location of where the center of the earth is and the tilt angle that deviates from that. So the bike wants to stay on 0 tilt angle. But the fact that somebody can look so relaxed riding along on a single wheel is just fascinating to people. When you transition through that training experience, which is only 15 minutes to ride in a straight line and a couple of days, riding around the basketball courts to get calibrated, it's a beautiful piece of machinery. The thing that is different about the Rhino is its personal mobility. It's on the sidewalk. I can park it at the bike rack. I can go in the bike lane. So that takes me completely off the street where I get stuck at a traffic light. It's funny because until you actually have a Rhino, you don't see this other landscape. It sort of appears. We did it. We reinvented the wheel.